Zim, and Kathrak, you had boarded onto basically a not a slave ship, because they're not slaves. They are they are treated like slaves, but they are prisoners, a prisoner ship. And it was coming from a place that you guys know. It's been around for a long time, since you guys were in the past. This continent's been around. It's the large prison continent, also known as Elgrimor. So the Elgrimor barge is there at the dock, and you got on board. You were trying to get some information from one of your cohorts, one of the people you had met earlier on in the campaign, a green-skinned dragonborn who you had helped get into the city. You were trying to get some information from him. He was working on the ship, so you kind of went up on the ship to talk to him, and there you saw a familiar-looking creature with blue skin, big eyes, a little bird mask on his face, sharp little needle-like teeth, shackled by his ankles, was lifting boxes and kind of carrying them across the deck, being ordered around by workers. And as you shouted out the name Squelch, Squelch, he turned around and said, "How do you know my father?" And he had an inquisitive look on his face. Young, probably maybe 9 or 10 years old, you would probably guess. So not super old. He drops his box of wheat that he's holding on to as it clatters to the ground, and the wood pieces fall all over the deck. One of the owners of this ship, who is dressed in like basically military garb, takes the butt of his rifle and hits this little goblin creature in the nose as he falls to his back, and he lets out a ow, ow, and he kind of brings his hands up to his nose as it starts bleeding, and the guy says, "Get back to work, little goblin," and he kicks him in the ribs as the guy gives out a little squelch. He gets out a little. And which one do we want to pick up on? Do we want to pick up on Squelch's maybe kid, or do we want to pick up on the monster in the cage?
I'm going to go with Squelch. I'm going to executive decision. I think Squelch.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm kind of curious. What's going on with Squelch's potential son?
Well, Kathrak and Zim, you are the ones with a ability to respond here, because everyone else is on the docks. You guys are on the ship, which is you're probably about 300 feet away from any of your nearest allies. Pretty far away.
Rothgar.
Yeah, how can I help you?
The prisoners, can you buy them?
Doesn't really work like that. Someone's got to do the time.
You can't buy the time.
Depends on who you talk to.
Okay, well, let's say I wanted to buy that one right there.
That little thing?
Yep.
Why would you want to do that?
Personal reasons.
He kind of scratches the back of his head. He says,
"Listen, I just work on the docks, okay?
I know. Who would I have to talk to buy him?
Probably somebody in Elgrimor, probably the warden."
Playing from desktop T508 onward.
Sorry, that was the on-deck computer.
Sorry. Yeah, so warden, there's no one quicker I could talk to that's here.
I don't think so. I can get my boss, but he's probably going to give you the same answer.
Okay.
Listen, just help me move the boxes. Forget about the little dude. He'll get over it.
No. It's let's just say that a relative of his I owe a favor to, and he looks exactly like him, and so it's more of a I owe a favor, and I kind of need to get the favor done with.
Well, if you owe a favor to some kind of prisoner, consider your favor paid, okay? That prisoner's gone if they're in Elgramore. You're not getting them.
Well, I mean, that's it wasn't him. It was a relative of his, but it would pay off. Trust me. What if, like, let's just say that I was willing to pay 100 credits for him.
I doubt it, buddy. Zim, listen, Zim, it's not worth whatever you're trying to do. I don't want to see you all caught up in Elgramore, all right? Not a good place to go. Not a good place to get caught. If you get caught trying to break him out or steal him or sneak him off the ship...
That's why I'm hoping I can buy him, because it would be much easier.
I can see that look in your eye, okay?
Oh, I mean...
Not a good idea. If you
Are
want,
there
I'll get my
lawyers?
boss. My boss has a way of contacting the...
okay, that's
warden.
good. Let's do that.
All right, I'll get him for you.
Yeah.
If this happens, though, if I get him for you, that puts a lot of lights on you, okay? A lot of spotlights. There's going to be a lot of people looking at you if he knows that you're trying to buy one of the prisoners.
Oh, really? I don't know. Kuthrak, how do you feel?
Personally, I feel like we should do a little bit of research and then make a move.
Okay, we're going to come back to this. Can you get me his name, though, Rothgar? And
My boss or the
identify him?
warden?
No, the creature. Like, is he numbered so we can bring it to someone else? And
the
find
prisoner.
out? Yeah.
Sure.
He walks over to the guy with the gun that like hit the little blue goblin in the face with his gun, and he says,
What's that little guy's name that just walked away?
and the guy with the gun, he says, that's Squeal.
Okay. Okay.
He's a young little guy born at the prison, actually. Poor kid. But
That doesn't
you
seem
know
fair.
the rules, right? You know the rules, Rothgar. Born at the prison, you got to be a prisoner. Just how it is. Unlucky little draw from the straws, huh? Rothgar just kind of nods his head.
Okay.
Dan, that what's up?
There you go. Okay. Well, thanks, Rothgar. Let's continue on. I'll deal with this in a little bit.
Okay, you guys finish up moving boxes and kind of helping Rothgar a little bit with his work. And he pulls you off to the side and he says, after all the work is done, he says,
All right, I've got some time now. I can help answer your questions. What do you need?
Fuck, I don't even remember what questions we were supposed to ask him.
I can give you some time to think about it if you want to swap over to the other point of view.
Yeah.
All right, we're going to swap over to the ladies as you guys have charmed the rabbit folk who was helping you. He is about to lift the veil off of a large cage. Does anyone want to do anything or say anything before he lifts it off? It seems like he's doing it to impress Isabella, because Isabella, you're the one who's charmed him. You're the one who's like actually cast a spell, charm person. You cast it on him. So he is like, he's trying to, impress you or do what you want him to do because he's considers you a friend. So, does anyone want to do anything before he lifts the like velvet cover off of this large cage?
I wonder what's inside.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Okay.
No, I say that. Like that Pox is saying that.
Okay. Is Pox like
Saying
asking
that?
him?
No, Pox is just exclaiming.
Just
I wonder
exclaiming.
what's inside. Just like I said it. Yeah.
The rabbit folk's ears kind of like perk up, and he looks back at you with a smirk, and he says, "Well, do you really want to know?"
It was rhetorical.
I can
I
tell
wonder
you. I'll
what's
tell
inside.
you all about it.
No,
I've got
I was
this
just
book.
doing
He
it. I
pulls
was
out a
doing
book.
it for dramatic. Oh, I was doing it for dramatic. If I was just exclaiming, I wonder what's inside.
Well,
I mean-
fine. If you don't want to know about it, I
Well,
will.
I
tell
mean,
you.
like,
I-
what should we
if
expect?
Wait a minute.
What should we expect?
No, if I
Like,
had known you were gonna stop the hand pull revealed sheet thing, I would have never said anything. I was literally just like in the heat of the
This
moment.
is your
I
fault
was-
now. This is your fault
I
now.
really-
Do you?
Okay, but like, should we expect anything? Like, is it gonna turn us
Being
into
punished
stone
for-
if it looks at
Well, let's
us?
do
Like-
20 questions. This will be fun. You
Oh,
ask me
I
a
don't
question.
wanna
I'll
No,
give you a
no,
yes or
all
no.
right,
No,
Pox
motherfucker.
reaches out, Pox reaches out and
Ask me a
grabs the
question.
sheet.
I'll give you a yes or no.
Just uncover it. No.
Is it
Pox reaches
dangerous?
out for the
Yes, I already
sheet.
answered
I'm
the
reaching
first
for
one
the
for you.
sheet.
I already answered the first. Is it dangerous? Yes. Okay. Next question. Somebody give me a question. Come on.
I'm reaching for the sheet. Pox reaches for the
Okay,
sheet.
you pull the sheet off. And as you do, a creature inside is laying curled and coiled up into multiple kind of coils, multiple circles. It's all one creature. What I'm trying to say is it's like a large snake-like creature. Okay, it's coiled up. All right, but it's not a snake, as you can tell. It doesn't have any scales. Instead it's got like an exoskeleton. So it looks like more like a millipede. Is that the one with a million legs?
I think so, yeah.
So
Yes.
it's blue. It's like a striking blue color, and its legs are about as big as, I would say, about as big as Isabella. Like just one of its million legs is about as big as Isabella. And this cage takes you, like, to rip the veil off this thing takes you like at least a minute to like pull the whole thing off, and it takes like the rest of the group to like pull everything off as well. The creature opens its eyes. Its eyes are actually permanently open, but it's got like those eyelids that kind of like, they're like thin veils that open up, like slimy looking veils that open up. It's got these big antennae that come off of its head, a spiky face with these like really sharp looking exoskeleton like spikes under its jaw and near its eyes, these antennas that stick out. And as it uncoils itself and kind of, you hear its legs across the ground and the bottom of the cage, its spines on its back, you can see these spines go from its head all the way down the back of it, similar to where like a snake's like symbols and stuff would be. There's just like these red and orange hot looking spikes that go down its back, and it kind of tilts its head back and forth, and it unfurls like a cobra like exoskeleton hood, like a cobra would, and it like gives you like a as it does, you can see the flames kind of building inside of its mouth, and it breathes a flaming breath. But as it does, it hits the side of the cage, which looks like it's an open cage, but it's not. As it hits the side of the cage, a magical barrier stops the flame from hitting any of you, and it like dissipates into the air. This creature is very, very intimidating. At least for the three of you standing here. Maybe if all five of you were together, this would be something that you feel like you could maybe take down. But this creature looks extremely terrifying, and you're kind of glad that it's in a cage. I can't tell you if you would be afraid of it, but I can tell you that it is a terrifying creature. So you can decide if you're like Crocodile Dundee, or not Crocodile Hunter, you know, and like not afraid of it at all. But it's a terrifying looking creature. Oh,
What's happening?
It's a Remoraz. It's
Remoraz?
a
What the fuck?
Remoraz.
It's first of all, why didn't you show us this one first? It's kind of like a weird choice, buddy. You're
Oh,
gonna
it's dangerous.
choice.
It's dangerous.
Try to put the cloth back on it.
I want it.
Kind of sounds like a
Put it away.
Pokemon.
Okay, I sent a picture in the chat for you in the
Damn it! It's too bad Zim's not here because he could turn into that.
Oh god.
Oh,
It's just
That-
too powerful
God.
to me to tame, huh?
What do you have next? Cthulhu? Like what's going on
Some-
here? What in the HP
Oh,
Lovecraft? Like
no.
what are we
some
feeling?
cage.
No Cthulhu yet. Maybe someday. That sounds fun. Isn't a Cthulhu like some kind of octopus creature? That sounds cool to me.
Shit.
You're a little freak, aren't ya?
It's too powerful for me to tame, right?
Yeah. It would be much too powerful for
Damn.
you to tame maybe one of its babies, if it had babies, but you're not sure if it has
What's
babies.
the use of a baby, though?
I mean,
Babies grow up into adults.
yeah.
Oh, true.
useless adults.
Hey, does this thing have any babies?
Oh, well, of course it has babies. We need to make sure it's always on exhibit.
What?
Oh.
So it's
Can
like a
we-
show dog.
Kind of, yes. So like when this one will die, which it will, he kind of taps on the cage and the thing like kind of coils back and hisses at him. Oh yes, you're going to die someday. Yes, you are.
Hey, maybe it wouldn't act like that if you weren't such an asshole to it.
Oh, shut it, would you?
No.
Prudes, every one of you, all of you prudes.
Where's the babies at though? I want to see one of those.
Isn't this America? Where's my freedom of speech?
This is not America. This is
Wait a second. When
Where
did we
are
get
we?
teleported there?
I reckon you're in the wrong port,
My
friend.
name is Joe Exotic.
I don't give a goddamn what your name is, Migo.
It looks,
Okay.
I feel like
It looks like you're in the wrong
Okay,
part of
Carol.
town.
Okay, Carol Baskin. Whatever you say, Carol.
all right, listen. Where are these babies at? Can I see one of them?
No,
Take
sorry,
your
I
thing.
don't. We don't bring the babies on trips like this.
Are you
Is
guys
he
gonna
telling
get
the truth?
Roll an insight check.
Oh,
He might be
would he
lying to us.
lie? Would he lie though?
Yeah,
Since she has
He
him,
knows
like-
we're women
Yeah, but
and that we would
Isabella
steal
has-
Here's your
babies.
question.
Okay,
Isabella
he knows.
has charmed him.
Here's your question: do friends lie to friends sometimes?
Correct. Yes,
Oh,
absolutely.
yeah.
All the time.
Oh, yeah. Shoot. My
I lie to
perception
Blake all
check
the
was
time.
22. Okay.
This explains so much about our relationship.
You got a 22.
I love you, baby.
Oh, for perception. I got a 7
Oh.
for insight, so
Okay. So
I'm
with
not seeing jack
insights,
shit, bro.
with those insights, not really seeing much of a lie
A 17?
in him. That's what I'm saying. Like with a 17, he doesn't seem like he's lying. He probably didn't bring the babies with him on a trip like this. Kind of dangerous to bring a vulnerable baby.
He doesn't look like he cares about that though.
But the
so-
team's still dragging me around.
they're valuable. I should have said not vulnerable, valuable.
Oh.
This creature's
Well,
valuable too, but also who's going to try and steal it? Like in
Me.
his mind, you might, but in his mind, who's going to try and steal a creature like this? Who is just going to like this creature would just eat the person?
True.
And
We
Whip's like
could put a
already like
saddle
picking
on
the
it.
lock and
That's what
You
I'm
actually
thinking.
wouldn't be able to ride
Wim.
this
I
creature at
wanna-
all.
Oh, I was thinking about putting a saddle on it.
Yeah, you wouldn't be able to ride it at all because the back of
Damn
it runs about like 600 degrees.
Damn.
Yeah.
That gives a new meaning to fire crotch.
Yeah, that's hot.
I like that one.
And the show's canceled. See you guys.
How does this? What's the sheet made out of?
The sheet seems magical as well. All of the contraptions here seem enchanted. I shouldn't say magical, they're enchanted.
I mean, okay. So, do you have anything? What? Okay. Well, I mean, I
Do you
just
want
feel
to
like
see
you're-
something else? I can show you
Yeah,
other
yeah,
creatures.
yeah. Yep. I feel like
Okay,
you're kind of
fine.
like.
Let
I
me
don't
just
know.
hit the random button on D&D. I mean, the random button
Yeah,
on my
let's-
book here and see.
I just feel like
What did you say?
you're just doing a big show and then not really giving us anything. You know, come
Well,
on.
fine.
Team,
Here's
give
this.
us nothing.
Take this, and he unveils another crate. This one has let's see here. Yes. Oh yes, classic. Just an absolute classic of a creature. This creature is this would actually be a pretty good one for Zim. So it's a multi-legged reptilian creature. It's got like 6 legs, and as it is kind of curled up in its cage, it looks almost like a iguana, but like really big, a really big iguana. And its jaws look really strong, like you could bite through like metal. But as you're looking at it, again, the cage around it seems enchanted in some way. And the creature kind of like peeks one eye open as the sunlight hits its eye, and it kind of blinks at you. Its eyes are this kind of like glossy green color. And it opens both eyes, and as it does, both eyes kind of flash this really bright green light at all 3 of you, and you feel like a moment of like being terrified for a second, and then the rabbit guy laughs at you and he says, "Oh, it can't hurt you through here. Can't hurt you through the cage, can it?" And it kind of taps on the glass of the cage. This is well, you're not sure. He hasn't said yet, but he says, "What do you think of this one?"
I like it. I think it was made for me.
Made for you.
Do you have
Yeah.
a picture?
I do.
What is it?
Here's your picture.
Ooh.
Spikes all over its back. What is it? You don't know what this is? Come on.
What is it? No,
Come
I don't know. What
on.
is it? What is this?
All right. I'll tell you. But I want something in return too. Come on, we're friends.
Oh,
aren't
I
we?
know what this
We're
is.
friends.
I know what this is.
Are we friends? I thought friends did each other favors. Yeah.
Yes, well, what favors have you done me except for maybe get me in trouble? He kind of glances an eye over to a boss-looking guy who's sitting
I
on
get
the
the
edge of his
feeling
boat.
that you don't really have a lot of people to talk to, and yet here we are.
No,
That's
I
good.
have plenty of friends. All these animals are my friends.
They don't seem like they like you very much.
Well, they don't know shit. And he kind of kicks one of the cages, and the creature kind of rolls around the lizard creature that you're looking at. Hisses.
Not very nice.
Buddy, you want to do this thing for her, right? Since we're friends, since we're homies, since we're pals.
I'm not opening this cage, and you can't make me. There's nothing you can do to make me.
Well,
Okay.
no, we just want to. What is it?
Okay, it's
Eldritch Blast it is.
called a basilisk.
A
It has the
basilisk.
power.
Gosh.
It has the power to do that. And he points to the deck of the ship, his like trade ship, and you can see what looks like a person that is been turned to stone, and they're at the top of the ship, like at the very front corner of the boat, and they're displayed. They have all these like things draped over them, and they look like they're like mid-attack. And he goes, "That was a bandit that came on the ship looking to try and steal our little creatures. Aren't you cute, little bandit? Can you hear me? I bet you can in that eternal little petrification you have." Kind of laughs. and
Basilisk
points
is
at it.
really great craftsmanship. How long did it take for him to carve this?
About 18 seconds.
Want to find
Oh
out?
my god.
Interesting. Is this one too
Got
powerful?
really pretty eyes.
Is this
I
one too
want
powerful
one.
for you? It is a challenge rating 3 creature.
What can I? Is there a way to find out what I can do?
It should be in the ability description. It would be good enough for Zim. It would be, I think it's definitely low enough for Zim to.
Tim gets all the fun
Morph.
monsters. I have a little weak dog.
Listen,
Well,
not all of us
the
can
fire
shoot
dog,
arrows.
You could
through
also have
eyes.
more than one creature with you at a time, including yourself. So that makes you pretty powerful in your own
We
right.
still have our molten doggy.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Well.
He
That's what
he
I'm
follows
saying.
you around without me like.
Yeah. I
Yeah, unless you address him, he doesn't really do much. People just see him as a regular dog for the most part.
It would be where did you say abilities?
It would be under the ability itself, under your features and traits tab.
Oh,
So whatever the ability is, I can look up here.
I feel like I'm not very good at it.
Not very good at what?
Taming animals.
Oh, wait. I mean, you
It's not
you-
like that.
You've hit 2.
I haven't been the greatest at like trying to get you as many as I can. As you can see, I'm kind of working my way down with this guy. Like he showed you like a big one, and now he's showing you kind of a smaller one.
Mm-hmm.
And so maybe I can work you down to a better one. Let's see here. Tamer of Monsters. You may spend 1 hour to tame a monstrosity, aberration, or fiend with a CR 1/4 or less as a pet, and you can have at level 10 you can have 2. You are level 10, so you can add a new pet to your repertoire.
Nice. Okay. Well, we'll be on the lookout for that. Does this one have babies here?
This one, well, we try to keep all the babies back at the
Ugh.
circus.
God.
So
Where's the circus?
in 2 levels, Whip, you'd be able to do the basilisk.
Oh my God. All right. Well, you know what?
You can
Maybe
haul
I'll
it
be
around for
back.
2 levels.
You think?
Yeah.
Yeah, we have
let's
a
just get
card or
bag of
something, don't we?
holding.
We have
We
a
could.
card.
We have
Yeah.
a book of.
We can put it in the bag.
We could try to
Good.
find our own basilisk. We
Oh
do have
my
the book.
God. You just
Oh,
want to get
this
into
one
some
right here.
trouble.
He's so
All right.
cute though. Look at his little face.
What if we
Listen,
shrunk him
he's
a
got
little?
bright green eyes. So does
Mhm.
Solus. I just feel like it's a match made in heaven.
I agree.
Yeah.
You know?
So, buddy, what's your price?
Well,
How much?
Shots?
for the basilisk? I'm not sure you
Yeah.
want
Can
to.
I be yelling for Zim? Zim, them? Like, these
How far are we
things-
from them?
These creatures aren't very safe to keep around as pets. Okay, they're not very
Okay, buddy.
tame. You can't really reason with them.
I think you underestimate my abilities. I really do. But
I understand what you're saying, but have you considered we want to do it?
Well, what is your goal with it? Are you trying to make it a pet? Because it's not going to work. I'm
What
just
do you,
telling you.
what, don't worry about it. Do you ask
I
everybody?
can't just
what-
let
do
it
you-
out of the cage. You
No,
could
no,
pay
we're gonna buy the
me, and
dog to
maybe I
see-
could look the other way as it escaped or something, but you'd have to
Ooh.
pay me for that.
Oh, I like that. I like that.
Well, you know what? I'm
Ideas.
honestly not ready to take it off your hands at the moment because I am not feeling my best.
Well, why don't you come visit the circus when you're ready to take it, and
Where's
I'll
the
let it.
circus? Where is it?
Well, it moves around a tiny bit, but only in a small area of the continent. You'll always find it in the desert over there by Ukrutal. Wait, that's not the name of it. Ukrutal.
I don't
Write
think
that down. Write that down.
it's not Ukrutal. It's
Ukumama.
hang on, I'm trying to find it.
Ukrazad. That's what it is. Ukrazad. That's what it's right. Yes. Over in the desert. You'll find it around the city of Ukrazad. Most of these creatures live really well in the desert, as you can tell.
Circus
Okay.
people?
Well, you know what?
But if you want one of these, I can let one of these go pretty easily. And he points back over to the cage of abyssal chickens.
Ugh,
How
I
much?
don't know.
What is
And
with
you
this
can
man
tame
and the
one of these if you
motherfucking
want.
chickens?
They are challenge rating 1-4.
How much for the chicken? How much for the chicken?
You want the chicken? I mean,
I'll
yeah.
look away from
Uh-huh.
an abyssal chicken for 30 credits. That's a low
Here's
ball
the thing, though,
for
y'all.
friends.
I don't think. I mean, if y'all want the chicken, that's fine. But
There's
I
the
can't-
abyssal chicken.
I don't want to be carrying around a
You
chicken.
can tame it,
I
Whip.
feel
You
like
can
I
tame it. Come on,
No, but
Whip.
it's
No,
okay.
man,
Listen,
I-
listen,
Whip,
I
look
feel
at
like I
it,
want to save my ability for
Whip
It's not
trap.
limited. It's not limited.
but I can only have two.
I feel like we're pressuring Whip. Okay,
Well,
I
you
feel
have
like we're
one
pressuring
dog,
Whip into the chicken.
And you have an
Yeah.
open
We'll
slot.
take care of it.
Right, but I want something better than a chicken.
Okay.
It doesn't quite look
What's
like
wrong
a
with the
chicken, to
chicken?
be fair.
Yeah,
Did you
we'll take
see
care
the
of it.
chicken?
Did you see the picture of it in the Discord?
Kind of creepy looking, to be fair.
Yeah.
Oh, that looks like a demigorgon.
It's so cute.
That's what your
It's a
abyssal
tiny
chicken
fiend.
looks like.
Oh, it's
But
so
can he?
tiny.
Is he dangerous? Will he die? Like,
Is he dangerous? He has immunity to poison, resistance to cold, fire, and lightning damage. Can't be blinded or poisoned. He has blind sight, which means
Mom's considering it.
he can see without being able to have eyes. He's a temperamental, carnivorous, tasty bottom feeder. And his leathery wings let him hover.
It
all right,
hovers.
you know what?
It
You know what?
hovers.
All right, we'll take a chicken.
He has a multi-attacks. He gets to make 2 attacks.
All right.
they're
Damn.
pretty
Wait,
weak.
how many active
Don't
pets
stop,
can she
stop.
have at
Don't say that.
once?
She can have
Just
2 right
2.
now, and then at level 17, she can have 3.
Damn,
Ooh.
that's sick.
And Solus doesn't count as one, right?
No, Solus is her beast companion. So
Okay.
Damn,
monster
you
companion,
can
I should
have a full fucking zoo.
yeah,
in
she's
your
like a
arsenal.
Pokemon trainer. Yep.
Yeah.
All right, let me take a chicken. Can we? All right.
Well, I have one
see.
other option if you're interested,
Okay.
and this is me as the DM, but also the guy. He says I could maybe look away from one of these, and he opens up one of the cages to a familiar creature that you've seen before. This is a Bonewelch, which is one of those large snail creatures with the shell made out of bones that like lets out a horrible screech when it dies. It's very slow though, but it's much bigger. It's even bigger than Solus. And he kind of like lets you peek in there, and he says, "Well, this one is he's kind of slow and stupid." As he kind of like taps the cage, the Bonewelch kind of squints a little bit from the sound of his finger tapping the cage. The Bonewelch's eyes kind of droop down. His little snail eyes droop down as he seems kind of sad. And he says, "Oh, don't look so sad." And he covers him back up.
Nara, we gotta get this one
Sad.
too.
But that
Nara,
one's so
we gotta get this one
slow.
too.
We can't do both.
We gotta get both of them.
I
We
can't
can
do
get
both.
Look,
We can
she
just hold
looks
on
so
to them.
cute.
I can only have 2. already have the dog.
What can you have them
The dog.
like?
The chicken
you
is
know,
much
like in
easier
your
to bring with
Pokeballs?
you. The Bonewelch would be much harder,
You-
but it's much bigger. So
And I
you
feel
keep
like
them in,
we
like,
can't
little-
be I
little
feel so
pocket
bad
dimension?
for the whelk, but like we can't be inconspicuous with a big old like snail, you know?
How big is it?
Pretty big.
It's
It's bigger than Solus. he
Yeah, it's
said.
bigger than Solus. So
Oh.
it's bigger than a lion. It's like
Like 10 by
as
10?
It's as big as a hippopotamus would be in real life.
That's
that's
really
really big.
specific.
That's pretty fucking big.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
that would make things difficult. I'm gonna be completely honest. I think the
And it's
chickens.
slow, yeah.
Well, it's a
Chicken's
shame.
great,
It's a
bro.
shame you're not. It's a shame you're not on the ship to argue it. That you know what I mean. It's a shame that you're.
But I just feel like
Yeah,
it's
there's-
sad.
But stop.
This little
Whatever.
snail is so sad though. Like, I
As
feel
you are
so
all
bad.
kind of thinking about it, you can feel free to debate in the Discord chat as we flash back over to Zim and Kathrak. Zim and Kathrak.
Okay. I remembered what we were going to ask for. We need to find a fence in order to buy magical stuff, weaponry, because the black market is down, and I need to sell some things and acquire magical goods.
Acquiring magical goods, yes.
And reagents, magical reagents as well.
Yeah, that shouldn't be too much of a problem. There should be plenty of places you can do that. Let me mark some spots on your map. Here, and here. Should be some good spots to find reagents. Talking about magical items, with the black market down, it's mostly just places here on the docks. You're gonna have to make some friends if you want some magical items to be sold to you.
Okay. So like open vendors, kinda.
Kind of. More like you do a thing for me, I'll do a thing for you kind of thing here at the docks. That's often, and it's not going to be like a free magic item. It's going to be like, you do this thing for me, and then I'll give you a discount on the magic item kind of thing. I doubt you're going to find anything for free unless you're taking it.
Well, I mean, I don't need for free. I just mean so I can buy them. I need to acquire them.
Yeah.
And also, I need to sell some very, very old things that are very valuable to collectors.
Okay.
Like
what kind of things?
Like think like 53-year-old old kingdom of Neo-Taurus.
Yeah, that is old.
Yeah.
That's like
very
collectible before the rise of Raziel old.
Yeah.
That'll be
Mint
worth
condition.
something. That'll be worth something. Listen, tomorrow a ship usually docks in and comes the same time every week.
Mm-hmm.
They are a bunch of kind of old-timey tortoises. They're called turtles. You ever seen a turtle before?
I have not, but I don't think I have, but I've heard of them.
Well, these ones are real old, crotchety turtles, okay? But they like collecting that old shit, and they are wealthy as fuck. They also are pirates, so I wouldn't trust them too much, but you might be able to haggle with them and sell some of those goods for some good money. They also might have some magical items you're looking for, but they're not going to be here till tomorrow.
Okay, well, I guess I can wait till tomorrow. That's not a huge deal.
As for that, there's another ship here at the end of the pier right now. Blackbeards, they've got magical items, the Blackbeard pirates. You know that they run this joint. I can tell from the tattoos. You know your way around the place.
Yeah.
They run this joint. So if you want to become friends with them, that'll take some talking, but might not hurt to become friends with them.
Yeah,
now, I don't know about...
He kind of points to Kathrak. He says,
I'm not sure if you're going to be able to talk your way into being friends with the Blackbeards. I know you're a Silvermane.
If I need to step aside, I'll take a walk, you know.
I don't know if you'll need to, but your brother, he's not got a great rapport with the Blackbeards. It's stable but tense.
Understood.
That's about all I know.
Okay, well, thank you. I appreciate it, and you've been more than enough help right now.
Sure, no problem. This boat's taking off in about 3 hours. So, Do you need me to do anything for that one kid, Squeal?
I mean, it sounds like he was born into something. Is there any way to logistically, if you weren't a criminal, to get someone off who was just born? Like legally, completely legally.
Not that I know of. Not that I know of. But he's also, he's a kid. And listen, I got a soft spot for, the helpless little creatures. And
yeah.
Somebody might not notice if he went missing.
Okay.
But let me give you a piece of advice.
Yeah, go ahead.
Don't get yourself into something where you're gonna have to end up leaving this kid behind if you're gonna do something. Because he's better off on Elgrimor than he is on his own. His parents might still be alive back there on the prison island. They might be waiting for him.
That makes sense.
Can you visit the prison island?
Yeah.
Okay. How far away is it?
It's on the other side of the continent.
How long does it take to get there, Matt? Sorry, time-wise.
If you go across the continent, it'll take you about a month to get from here to Neotaurus.
Okay.
And then from Neotaurus on the other side of the city, should be able to, let's see, the northeast side of the city. There's a dock there that you can take over to Elgrimor. Elgrimor's right off the edge of the coast.
Okay.
If you could take by boat, it'd take a little longer, about a couple months.
So when this boat leaves, it'll take 2 months to get there.
Correct.
Okay. How bribable are people on this boat?
Everyone's got their price, Zim.
Okay.
Except for me, right? Of course.
Yeah,
He winks.
I know. How much do you think it would cost to get him off? Let's say a hypothetical.
He's gonna roll for it. Let me see.
I'm just a dock worker, man.
Let's say that maybe you knew someone who could get him off.
I'll give you a guess. Maybe, I don't know, 1,000 credits to just bribe somebody to let him go. Risk their entire job.
Yeah.
A lot.
Hang on 1 second.
I'm gonna pull Kithrak kind of to the side. Actually, I'm just gonna talk in Kithrak's head.
Yeah, I was gonna say you could talk in my head.
I always forget that I can do that.
Yep.
Just kind of nod. We can afford it. I think we could maybe pay him 1,500, and maybe he could get it taken care of to where we get Squeal. So he gets a $500, 500 credit fee, and then he covers the 1,000 to get Squeal off. Just nod yes or no. That was like a yes and no at the same time. You either need to go yes or no. Okay. Rothgar, let's just say, hypothetically speaking.
That was really weird that you guys just stood there and then just nodded at each other. That was weird.
Oh, well, I know. It's
Anyway.
okay. Let's just say you would happen to find, I don't know, 1,500 credits.
Me?
And yeah, let's say 1,500. And 1,000 of those credits would happen to find their way to the people to get him off the boat, and the other 500 you could just keep.
I'm listening.
Would that be something that would interest you?
Roll a persuasion check.
Oh God. That is not very good. Do I get advantage because it's a lot of fucking money?
Because Kithrak's there, yes, you get advantage because you helped him get into the city, and he's considered like
That's not very good either.
an ally here.
I'm not sure I can risk all that for 500 credits in my pocket.
Mm.
Hang on 1 second. Checking notes.
Are you sure this kid is worth the money?
Let's just say that his father, and don't ask any details because it'll get too complicated to explain. We owe his father a debt.
Okay.
So, that's part of the reason it is being taken underneath consideration.
You said not to ask any questions, so I'm not.
I'll look to Kathrak and be like,
what if we move it to 1750?
A lot of decisions to be made without half the group.
well, it looks like half the group is not here right now.
Dang, that's crazy.
We're looking at chickens. You're wasting money.
Chicken shopping.
I nodded, by the way.
Oh, okay. What if that were to go up another 250?
I'm willing to try for 750 in my pocket.
Okay. Yeah, I think that can be arranged.
right.
Where would you?
Actually, we have a bunch of different cards and stuff, don't we? That we could put money on.
You have a few, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know how easily money transfers.
How would you like to? Let's say hypothetically, how would you like to be paid?
I'm not trying to get audited too harshly. We could run it through my dock assistant's business.
Yeah.
He pulls out one of those credit card readers that you've seen before, and it says Rothgar's dock muscle, and
I like it.
That's like his business, and so that's what he does is he just helps people on the docks here, and so he hands you that and has you run the credits through there. Go ahead and mark 1750 off your sheet.
I did.
And as you do that, he takes 1,000 off of his own card and puts it onto, or off of his business and puts it onto his card. And he says,
"All right, why don't you come back tonight? Call it midnight.
Yep.
I'll have the kid, and or at least I'll try. I'll let you know how it goes."
Yeah. Sounds good.
And I'm gonna start walking back to the rest of the group.
all right.
What a bad bitch.
Going back to the other three. We've got Isabella, Nara, and Pox. The rabbit folk is holding up his credit card, and he says, "So, 30 credits for the chicken, or?"
I think it's a pass for us, guys.
I have a sudden feeling that somebody somewhere is wasting a bunch of money on a bad deal, and I'm not there to tell them how dumb the deal is. We're gonna have to pass on the chicken for now.
Yeah, you know what? I'll catch you at the circus, hopefully. Because honestly, I do like the chicken, but I feel like I should hold out for something a little better.
Do I see
Looking
these
for
monsters?
a better chicken. No, you don't get to see them. No, you don't get to see
Roll a
them.
perception check, Zim. We'll see.
What are you?
I am
just
walking
spot him
back.
through the window.
No, you're walking back. He was on the
Close the
dock.
windows. Close the windows. Close the windows.
Okay. You spot the abyssal chicken, but that's it.
Good.
Do I see the rest of the group? That's who I'm really looking for.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I'll walk over to him.
Okay. Yeah, and you spot the abyssal chicken too.
What's up, guys?
Just looking at some animals, you know.
Ooh, anything good?
They were
Yeah,
just
shopping.
wasting my
Everything.
time, is what they were
Wait,
doing.
wait,
I thought
wait.
we were
Wait.
friends.
You watch
Are
your mouth.
Kidding me?
Wait, how were they wasting your time?
I think charm person is over. Let me see.
Aw, damn it. Okay.
How long
But we're
does
still
charm?
free. Do it
take?
again.
We were just leaving.
Let me see how long this lasts. If it's an hour, then it's still on. Okay, you're good. It's still for an hour. So you've got about 20 minutes left on the. Well, we'll say 40 minutes left. You got 40 minutes left on the charm person. You're good.
How were they wasting your time?
He's
Why
still
would
a
you
dick.
ask somebody
He's still
that
a dick
question?
though, and he's like, "Well, they were going to buy something, and then they didn't."
Wait, what were they going to buy?
Why don't you ask us what
My
happened? Why are you
trust.
asking this random shopkeeper what happened? Hello, Zim. My God. Hello. Where were you? What are you interrogating the shopkeeper? We're right here. You said, "What's up, guys?" You started asking the shopkeeper what we were doing in
started
here.
throwing a fit.
Well, are we your sister wives? We can handle him. Let's go out. Let's get out of this goddamn boat. I have a question for you. Like, where have you in the big cat been?
Wait, are you
And I
serious?
don't mean robot leg.
You know where we were. We had to go help
Fucking star, I
Rothgar.
guess.
Yeah, I'm asking you in a general sense. What's up? What's
She
on your
just
boat?
called me
Our boat.
robot leg.
Don't. I'm proud of you for how far you've come with your robot leg, but we have bigger fish to fry, and this abyssal chicken is what we came here to get. So let's please get off this boat.
Wait, are we eating fish?
Yeah, is there fish and chips? I turned to.
Could have been eating chicken. The guy says as he starts dragging his cages off.
Wait, don't eat
Yeah.
it.
What is wrong with this dude?
Is there
Wait,
fish and chips nearby?
Wait, do you have more creatures like this?
No, you don't want to see the
Nope,
creatures.
nothing I
in
can
here.
help you with. Sorry, little
No,
dude.
we should go. Let's go.
Out.
I
Wait,
I only
but
listen
didn't
to
you
my
guys see something
friend.
dangerous?
My
at
friend
least?
Isabella.
No,
Is what I do.
the chicken was the coolest thing on here. I
mean,
swear.
why don't you guys
Okay.
get the chicken?
So a little semi-professional advice. I think that you should
Money.
definitely, money.
We
But,
can. How much is it?
We're gonna wait for a Black Friday sale. We'll come back. It's
How
not,
much
the ship
is
is
it?
not it. The ship is not
They
important.
have a circus that they have way better
There's a
animals.
circus.
There's a circus. We should go. Like, I don't know. I just
It's in
don't
a
want to waste
desert.
a spot on this chicken when there's way better things, you know? There's like a basilisk and like.
Wait, you have a basilisk?
There's a
No, we gotta go.
basilisk.
We
You
have
guys
to
said the
go.
coolest
Why-
thing you saw was a chicken.
The chicken is the coolest thing. The basilisk was lame.
How big was it?
Its sculpture sucked.
You do know that I can turn into these things, right?
Yeah, Sim, you turn into a lot of monsters
I know,
sometimes.
but I
all right?
need to see them to turn into them.
There's like, what was that other one?
Can,
sir?
can,
What
can
was the
we
other one
can we
called?
instigate talking to the guy about seeing the basilisk one more time?
He's like currently dragging the cages away, and he's going la la la. I only listen to Isabella. La 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 la.
Isabella,
Okay, you little
Isabella, we
fucking
wanna
freak. Can we
see it.
please see the basilisk again?
Oh, you want to see the basilisk again?
I do. Can we see it, please?
Okay.
I go to
If
reach for the
if
basilisk.
It's you, Isabella, fine. You can see the. Okay,
Eddie,
Isabella, come here,
let's
come
do
here,
it.
Isabella. He kind of like lifts the
Wait,
lifts
no,
the
no, I
veil
want
of
my
it. He's like,
friend,
you can look at it, Isabella, but not him. I don't want him to look at it. Only
No,
you.
come on. This is like my best friend. Like we've been besties forever.
No,
Can we
there's
please-
no way you're
Come on,
friends with
come
a
on.
stick in the mud like
Zim?
him. Come on.
I am. Zim, Simmers. I know we've had some issues between my father and your attitude, but we're best friends, and we just really want to see this, and it would mean the world to me. And
I'm going
Roll
to
me
say
a
inside.
persuasion check with advantage, please.
I'm gonna say inside of Isabella's head.
Don't forget to use the
Right
name
from
Morgan,
desktop,
please.
25,
Not
Oh,
Sim.
ah, Morgan, baby. Wait, what am I supposed to be doing?
You're rolling
Oh, persuasion.
persuasion with
Okay.
advantage, so you roll twice, take the higher number.
Cool, I have +9. Oh, I got a 27. Okay.
I can see that. Oh, fine, Zim. If that is your or whatever, Morgan. I don't know
Morgan.
what your name
It's
is.
Morgan,
Listen,
and
you
that's
can
his name.
see the basilisk. Fine.
Thank you.
You're welcome. He lifts up the veil
Also-
for you to see the basilisk.
Can we buy the chicken for Nora? And if you don't,
none of this is for sale, but you could pay me 30 credits to look away while it escapes.
here, give me your card. I'll pay it.
All right. He holds his card up.
I'll pay him the 30 credits.
All right, mark 30 credits off.
Whip, what's your character's secret name? Because you didn't write down.
I don't. Misha.
Misha. Right now, what I feel like if we were to have a chicken later on, we could get rid of it if we don't really like it.
That's
But
very rude. I don't like that.
you could release it to the wild.
Uh-oh, the chicken's
You
escaping.
You
He lifts
seem
up
to have, like,
the
issues when I
lid of the
let
cage.
wild animals go.
Uh-oh, there it goes. Oh, it's going into the crowd. Look at it go.
Get
the
the
abyssal
chicken.
chicken's running
I'm
away.
chasing after it.
All right, you chase after it. What do you do?
I have food for it. I have
Okay.
a mouse or something.
All right, so you wiggle a mouse, and the abyssal chicken is smelling. It turns and looks at you. Let me see. Does it speak languages? Languages. Understands abyssal, but can't speak.
Oh, I can speak abyssal.
Perfect. So it can understand you if you speak abyssal, but it can't speak back.
Okay. Yeah. Hello. I have this food for you.
It gnarls its teeth and kind of like opens its mouth for you to throw the mouse in.
And I throw it.
All right.
With perfect aim.
It bites down on the mouse in midair. It hovers for a second, like flying up a little bit to grab the mouse out of the air, and then lands on the ground and just rips the thing to shreds, like rips its spine out and like licks it through its eye holes. Its tongue kind of shoots out of the holes of the mouse that are left from its teeth, and it's very gruesome as it like licks its teeth and then swallows all the bones whole.
Let it know that you'll feed it more if it follows you or something.
Yeah, I'm taming it, right?
Yep, you are. So you have to spend 6 hours with it, I think.
Okay.
So, in that time, within that, 1 hour. 1 hour. Sorry, not 6 hours. Why did I say 6 hours? 1 hour. So in that time, you just got to make sure that you don't let it die or escape.
Okay.
All right.
I'm going to grab everyone. We should kind of get together so I can explain to you something. We made a costly purchase on the boat. Unfortunately, you guys weren't there to discuss it, and time was a little bit of the essence.
How much?
Let me tell you what for first before I tell you how much. Do you remember Squelch?
Yes.
Unfortunately.
Oh, yeah, sorry. Yeah,
What?
I remember Squelch.
Well, Squelch's son was on the boat. He was in
Whoa!
slavery.
Squelch's son?
Yeah, he's 9 years old.
Where's Squelch?
How do you know he was Squelch on the boat?
No. Okay, let me finish the story. Okay, we saw something.
How do you know it was Squelch's son?
Let me finish the story. I'll get there. I promise. Okay, we were on the boat loading things. We saw what looked like Squelch. Both Kathrak and I. Kathrak, please confirm this.
Confirmed.
Saw a goblin that looked exactly like Squelch with this exact same mask.
And I'm going to pull the mask out that I've kept inside of the pants of holding.
He was fucking wearing this on the boat. Thought it was Squelch. Yelled Squelch. He stopped and said, "How do you know my father?" And then he got punched in the face with a rifle to where his nose was broken and bleeding all over the floor, and then kicked in the ribs.
So that's all. That's how you know. He just said, "How do you know my father?"
Squelch a common goblin name?
Yeah.
Roll. You have no clue. Yeah, you have no clue. I don't know. You wouldn't know that.
Oh my god! Wow, that's crazy.
Listen, the characteristics were undeniable.
Did you ask? Did you isn't that mask just for prisoners?
No, it was just him.
Where was Squelch?
I didn't get a chance to ask that. I'm going to ask that tonight, but I had to buy his freedom.
How much?
You had to buy the whole freedom?
Yeah.
Freedom.
You couldn't have just asked him the question?
He stopped working
Well,
for a moment.
how much?
Got punched.
How much?
Just a little bit. The details.
How much did you?
The
How much did you pay
details.
for the? How much did you pay for
you
the
guys
freedom
trust
of
me with
this
the
of this
finances.
goblin that claimed to know Squelch?
Listen, I'm working on a way to make us a bunch of money. It's okay. We have
Okay,
1,000 credits left.
You did. Whoa! How
Wait a
much
minute,
did
I
you?
don't
How much did you? How much did you? How much did you pay? Zim?
A little bit, you know.
Oh no! How much? What's the number?
I don't really think the number's important. I think the details.
The number's not
1750.
important.
What? What did you just say? Homie, that was like our party's entire.
It wasn't the entire thing. I'm gonna make us a bunch of money tomorrow. Don't worry.
Did you give him half?
Oh,
Did you at least
yeah.
give him half before and then half later when he delivered?
Do you have a timeshare you want to sell us next, buddy? Like,
What do you just gave the full amount up front?
what is wrong with you? What is?
Listen.
Have you ever, what's the price for a goblin kid? You probably could have just stolen them. Nobody would have noticed. Did anybody tell you that? I feel like somebody should have told you that.
Maybe, but the point is
17.
It's not that big of a deal.
What? Zim, you're supposed to be the smart one.
I am the smart one. Listen,
No, you're not, apparently.
Okay. Who is from Dredgemore? Kathrak and I. Who made the deal? Kathrak and I. We understand how things in Dredgemore work.
We've gotten a great sense of the people of Dredgemore, and it makes perfect sense that you were the two to spend that much money on a goblin like that.
Whoa, I'm just gonna
still pay full price up front, not even do half now, half later when they deliver.
You know what?
I cannot believe.
I didn't even like Squelch all that much. I'm just saying.
Damn.
But also, have we thought about the fact
Tried to stab me.
Have we thought about the fact that anybody that comes near us dies? So
I'm not saying we need to keep him, but I felt a slight moral obligation for his father being tortured by Raziel for 53 years to at least free his son, okay?
In game.
So you freed him. We're gonna ask him a couple questions. You're just gonna cut him loose in Dredgemore, the city that you both know and love so hold dearly to your heart.
No.
We're gonna send him with the circus.
I thought about that already. I know what we're gonna do with him.
Maybe they could stay with a family in the Rat City underground. That went well.
No. I know what we're gonna do with him. It won't be a big deal.
The cave where the observers were.
No, there is a perfectly capable guardian who will take care of him.
Oh my God, the polywogs. Yes, or the bullywogs. Oh, those are perfect.
No. Jenkins can take care of him.
What is with you and this Jenkins character? Jenkins freaks me out. Yes, thank you.
Canonically, everyone but you dislikes Jenkins. Jenkins he's just like he's creepy. He's a creepy dude.
Yeah, with the hat.
Like,
I feel like you're hating on the disabled a little bit too much. I'm not gonna lie.
We don't hate them because look, we're not getting into that.
You know what?
This is a really deep conversation right now about prejudices,
DMCA?
inner prejudices, and just
Don't throw that around. Jenkins this, Jenkins that.
All I'm saying is, you know what? We're gonna be fine. We have 1,000 credits left. I'm gonna make a bunch of money tomorrow as I sell a bunch of things that we've kept forever.
I just feel like this should have been like a conversation that all of us had.
There wasn't time. Sometimes decisions just have to be made.
You know what? Maybe there'll be time in therapy.
As you say that, Kithrak, sorry I cut you off. What did you say?
I would just say damn.
So as you say that, Nara, in your head, you hear from Solus, you hear,
"Hey, Nara, I think your new pet is,
And as he says that, you see the abyssal chicken is chasing after a child as the child's running away. As the abyssal chicken's like,
I'm gonna be running after it, cursing Zim the whole time that he bought this chicken.
Okay, you run after it, and the abyssal chicken stops and kind of tilts his head at you, and then hisses at you.
Ralph, okay, I'm gonna give him another mouse.
Okay, the little kid runs to its mom and goes, "Mom,
Sorry,
I thought it was a chicken. It wasn't a chicken. Mom, I don't know what it was."
It's a chicken. It's fine. Sorry.
The lady kind of covers her kid's eyes and like tosses him over her shoulder, just like walks away as the kid's bawling.
Are you sure it was a good idea to get that thing?
You know what? You know, maybe not, but it's okay. It's okay. We'll figure this out. And if not, you can eat it probably.
Yes. Yes.
Seems excited. Okay. Solus seems excited. All right.
I have like a rope. Can I just like tie it around the chicken?
Yeah. You tie
like
some rope around the chicken.
Yeah.
So that, where do you tie it? Around its neck, around its foot? What do
I'm gonna do like a neck wing thing.
Okay.
Like a harness.
All right. Roll me a sleight of hand check to see how good this harness is. Wow. Okay. Perfect harness. He's not getting out of that. He's stuck. You got him.
Right.
All right. Do you guys want to skip forward to midnight? Do you want to go do something else? What do you guys want to do?
I'd be down to skip to midnight unless you guys had something you wanted to do.
I could hit it. We could hit up the reagent shops real quick.
Yeah,
That would
we're
be
not
the
even
only-
going to role play those out. Just tell me what
Okay.
you need. And
Okay, I just
if
need,
it's nothing crazy weird, then we won't role play it. If it's something
It's
crazy
like-
weird, then
like
can roleplay
diamond
it.
dust and stuff like that for spells.
Okay, yeah, no, that's not a problem.
Okay.
Send me the
I'll
list and I'll send you the price.
Okay. Sounds good. And then I didn't know if we wanted to talk to Jenkins or anything at all.
Up to you guys.
Oh.
Up to y'all. Totally up to y'all.
I would like to go talk to Jenkins
Okay.
about things. So.
All right, you head back to the opera house and down into the basement where Jenkins and the gnomish artificer, who I keep forgetting the name of. It's such a generic name too, but yeah,
I can look it up if you want me to.
it's fine. They're down there and he's kind of finishing up
Gimli.
the Gimli. Thank you, Gimli. It's Lord of the Rings name. So he's finishing up the wheelchair, just putting the last finishing touches on the automatic wheelchair for Jenkins. As you come down, he says, "Oh, look at who it is. Oh, look at all you adventurers. Oh, look at you all. You look angry. Why are you so mad at each other?"
It's
Well,
okay, Gimli.
Someone decided to spend our food budget on a goblin.
Well, that wasn't very smart, now was it?
I didn't spend our food budget. We still have food money.
I can't believe you spent their food budget. It's fucked up. Anyway, finishing up the wheelchair, what do you need?
I needed to talk to Jenkins. How long till the wheelchair's going
Nobody
to
ever
be done?
wants to talk to Gimli. He kind of goes back to...
I was just talking to you, Gimli. How
No,
long
it's
till the
fine, it's fine. He
wheelchair's-
goes back to welding the wheelchair.
Jenkins, I need to know
Yes.
about two groups of people: the Blackbeards who do fencing and the Turtle Pirates.
Ah, yes. The old molten shells. The molten shells, they come about every week or so. They are a group of very elderly tortoises, much older than most. Some of them are 100 years old, some of them are 400 years old. They're pretty elderly looking and wise. They are not to be trifled with, though. Their age may show, but they are spry and conniving. What
What's
is it you
their
want to know?
allegiance to Raziel?
Oh, none whatsoever. They do not submit to anyone's whims, I would say.
Okay.
They live by the laws of the sea.
Okay.
Rad.
How do they get away with that though?
Because they live on the sea.
They are much older than even Raziel probably is.
Yeah.
They know
Okay.
their way around avoiding his patrolling ships.
Okay, I like it. Do I have to worry about them? How are they with doing deals? Are they fair in deals? Do they try to swindle you? Are they going to
As
stab
fair
you in
as
the
a
back?
pirate can be, I'd say.
Okay. Are they
You mo-
known for like killing the people and trying to take all this stuff, or?
If the people are try to swindle them, I would say.
Okay. Okay, that's fair. Okay.
If you're caught in a lie, those kinds of things.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
What else?
Anything
can I
that
help you
they-
with?
Anything that they particularly like?
The molten shells, they like old things, anything that's from old times.
Okay.
So those kinds of things really get their goat. And as for the Blackbeards, well, if you want to get in with them, you're going to have to work on the docks. Or work for them, do contracts for them, bounty hunt for them,
Okay.
find treasure.
Okay. So I guess it's up to you guys. I think the turtles are easier to work with because we have stuff that they will want. But basically, we need to acquire maybe some magical goods as well as things to kill Raziel with. And yeah.
I like the idea of talking to the turtles.
Yeah, turtles are cool.
I feel like they'd be an interesting bunch.
I have a confession to make, Jenkins says.
Go on. What?
I may not be as useful to you anymore, as my connection to the Jenkins bots has been severed since you freed me.
Oh, well, that's unfortunate.
I didn't think it would happen, but it did.
I mean, you're still telepathic, aren't you? You were able to work.
I'm a powerful telepath, but I no longer have eyes across the continent.
Okay, well, how do we get you rehooked up to the Jenkins bot?
We'd have to go to the Midnight Hollows headquarters.
We can't do it from someplace else.
No, unfortunately.
Okay, well.
I'm sure as we speak, they're still looking for me. And
yeah,
if they aren't looking for me, they're probably looking for a new little telepath to use as their new antenna and their new Jenkins.
Okay, that's unfortunate. Do you want to be hooked back up or no?
No.
Oh, okay.
But I can help you in other ways.
Yeah.
My knowledge is still vast.
Okay, well, I mean, you're still really smart, so I feel like you being a general leader head isn't a bad thing.
I can help in strategic planning and things like that.
Yeah, yeah.
Speaking of which, what is your plan, all of you? Do you plan on dying on this venture?
No, the dying part.
Because it seems that's where you're headed.
You know, Jenkins, I thought you were a lot more better company with the other voice. Can you switch back to the other voice? The more cheery, uplifting, annoying voice?
Yeah, what makes you so sure that we can't handle ourselves?
What happened to the Jenkins that wore a hat? Where's that Jenkins at? I like that Jenkins.
That was a robot that had no physical body or feelings.
Well, that Jenkins, yeah, agreed.
I liked him.
I want to know
He was
your
my friend.
reasoning, though. Why do you feel as though we are rushing into our own deaths?
Yeah, what do you know?
So,
what are you, a calculator?
Jenkins kind of pauses for a moment, and he looks across all 5 of you, and he's gonna drop some truth bombs, so don't take this too personally.
Oh shit.
But he goes, well, for one, you all bicker quite a bit, and that wouldn't be totally out of the ordinary for a group of friends, except for you do things without talking to each other. Not to mention you've lost one of your most valuable allies. You walk around like abyssal chickens with your heads cut off. He looks down to your new companion who hisses at him. You wander from place to place with no real urgency, like you have any real plan. You do things recklessly. You cause problems for all kinds of groups of people, making enemies all across places where you could be making allies. All because of what? What is it that you want? You've told me you want to go back to the past. But you're not treating it like you want to go back to the past. You're treating it like you want this to go on forever.
Have you ever gone back to the past before, Jenkins?
Fucking metagaming.
No, but it's true. Like, people can tell, when you're not like moving towards a plan. Like you you know what I mean? You've got someone who you're saying you're gonna appoint the leader, but like he doesn't even know what you guys are doing like half the time. You know what I mean? So
okay, it might seem very chaotic.
Hold on. Before you go on, Pox, you asked me a question that it went in one ear and out the other. What'd you say?
I was talking to Jenkins.
Yeah,
what'd
you say? Because I want to make sure I didn't miss your question and like fuck it up.
I don't know. I forget it. I don't know. Move this, whatever.
Okay. Let me know if it comes back. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Zim.
Okay, there is a generalized plan. It's just every time that the plan has kind of happened, like we were going to get the times down, kind of leaves. So there's a generalized plan of make allies, eventually get back to Neo Taurus, and and then go back to the past, kill Raziel in the past timeline, and then me hopefully come back here.
We're gonna kill Raziel as a baby.
The
Okay.
idea would be to
Infanticide.
jump back through the exact moment where we came here and then kill him.
Yes, I see. Well, how about this? I can give you at least 3 ways that I know could be possibilities to help you travel to the past.
What do you know about time travel?
Nothing. But I know about powerful magic.
Ooh.
Okay, I'm all ears.
Urkruzad.
Poxy likey.
Urkruzad is an old civilization that Raziel has yet to overcome. It is
The
a place
circus?
that he doesn't travel to or send robots to. It's a place that has ancient culture and is run by a djinn. Do you know what a djinn is?
Genie?
Yeah,
Like
genie,
a
3
genie.
wishes.
A genie.
Like a
So,
demon?
no 3 wishes, just a genie. The djinn that rules over this city has been around since the dawn of time. Like a celestial being. It's not one you can communicate with easily, but there are priests inside the city that do the communicating. And it is said that this genie can provide gifts to people. Giant mansions, riches beyond your wildest dreams. Things that only people have dreamt of, traveling to other planes of existence. This could be a possibility for you.
How
Secondly,
certain are you that that's real? How do we know that that's like real?
Is it
are
possible?
you
I've heard
asking him?
I'd like to.
You're asking him?
Yeah.
He says, "You've never been to Urkruzad, have you?"
No.
I would go. I would spend some time there. If I were you all. Immerse yourself in the culture and the people. Maybe do some good for the city. Get yourself in good with their priests. And you might find yourself on a path to the place you want to go 54 years ago.
Cryptic?
Or 53 years ago.
You say you had 3? You had 3?
Yes, that's one. Number 2, I know of rumors. This one is a bit more, as I said, rumorish. It's something I've heard through the grapevine. Obviously, I've never seen it before because no Jenkins bots are in the forest. The place Nara might know. The Ilin Forest. Around the edges of the Ilin Forest are the elvish clans, and they will stop you from being able to go too deep into the forest. But if you were to travel deep into the forest, you'll find old ruins, ancient relics of the past. And a lot of times in these old ancient ruins and relics inside the forest, creatures dwell. And there is rumored that there are creatures, evil creatures, that have the power to travel between planes of existence. Have you ever heard of the Feywild before?
I think so.
It's like a magical plane of existence where everyone is in tune with nature, is full of magical abilities. Fairies, flying creatures, elves are all at home in the Feywild. And there are these creatures that travel between the Feywild and the Ilin Forest, which is the closest place on our continent that can connect with that plane of existence. And these creatures may be able to have the power to help you go back in time. They are very powerful, conniving, and dastardly creatures, but maybe if you can outsmart them.
Mm-hmm.
They're called hags.
Okay.
Lastly,
That's fair. Old.
one more place that I know of. It's the Isle of Yew. The Isle of You. And he kind of raises an eyebrow and then looks at Isabella. And he goes, no. Anyway.
Wait a minute.
Three.
Hold up. I haven't been back there since I got.
So you are from there.
Depends on who's asking, but what do you know?
The Isle of You is an island that only shows up once in a great while. It appears to those who need it. A place in between dreams and reality. At the center of the Isle of You is a palace. And it is said that the king of this palace has the ability to grant his own kinds of wishes. He is literally made of dreams. And whatever you might dream, he might be able to grant to you. But the island would need to show up for you. You'd need to travel to the southmost edge of the continent. And only by chance will it show up for you. These are 3 ways that I know, from rumors and the things I've seen with the Jenkins bots. Travelers from the Ilin Forest, or...
Yeah.
Or Cruzade. What do you think?
Okay. I personally think the Island of You sounds kind of cool, considering we're talking to some turtles tonight.
Dang. Well, I'll leave it to you all. Is there anything else I can help you with?
No, I don't think so.
Okay. I wish you the best of luck, and I'll contact you once this wheelchair is finished.
Sounds good. We're gonna go and probably talk this out.
Okay. All right. What would you guys like to do next? Do you want to talk it out? Do you guys want to talk about what just happened?
Let's talk it out.
Yeah.
So that was a lot.
Yeah.
Well, it seems like we have a good lead, though.
Yeah.
We have 3 good leads.
Right.
Oh, I mean...
And I'm not going to lead you in any direction. I'm not going to push you in any direction. You guys pick, and that's what I'll plan for 2022 when we.
Which plan sounds good to you for? What's the Island of You? You mentioned you might be from there, Isabella. What is it?
Well,
if you want my help, let me know. But otherwise,
yeah, I would like your help. But I'm a freestyle. I'm a freestyle real quickly.
Go for it.
The Isle of You is the most beautiful place in the entire world. It is paradise, and if you've ever been there, you'll spend your whole life trying to get back there.
Truth.
I miss it very much.
That's very beautiful and depressing all at the same time. Why'd you leave?
I say we go there.
I didn't mean to.
Oh. Okay. You want to explain what happened? If you want to, don't feel obligated to, but...
Well, in the Isle of You, there are 2 types of people. People who are made mostly of dreams, and people who are mostly not.
Like nightmares?
Demons.
Okay.
No matter who you are, where you've been, there is parts of you that you can't change. Poisonous parts. And as much as I love my dad, I never knew that he was poison until they told me. So I guess I've kind of been on this thing trying to prove that I'm more dream than not, and chasing after him and trying to be like this totally different person. Maybe I don't know if I'm ready to go home, but everyone has to go back at some point, right?
I mean, no, but yeah, but no.
Yeah. I mean, you gotta.
It is a place where your wildest dreams can come true.
Okay.
But as she said, it's a dangerous place for those who are weak of heart. You may get a feeling of wanting to stay there forever. You may lose your way.
It's like you know that one Greek myth, the one with the lotuses? It's basically like smoking opium and then it's like a lotus trap.
Okay.
You can live out your dreams, you can do anything you want, but
Interesting.
you can also stay stuck there forever on a loop. Just depends, like,
if you ended up getting back there, would you want to leave again?
I don't know. I think that this conversation with this whole conversation when he was asking, what do you guys actually want to do? Like, you've been on this adventure for a while. Do you actually want to go back? Or like, what's the point? I couldn't tell you.
Okay.
I was stuck in a void talking to my dad, and I thought that him being around was everything I ever wanted, and it turns out it's not. So beats me.
Like, I'll be real. I like this timeline. I like it a lot better than the old timeline. As far as like the
I do
being
too.
in the future. I like being in the future, and my idea would be to be in the future. I mean, there's some things I'd like to change about the future, but I don't know.
Like, what are we doing, guys? Are we just we're gonna adventure forever? Or are we gonna?
I mean,
actually
my
try to go
plan
back?
was to kill Raziel. So yes, eventually we need to get there. Okay, I'm all up for other plans, but right now, the way I understand it is when we left Neo-Taurus, it was very hard to leave and we almost died.
Yeah.
So the way I figure it is we've just been kind of getting stronger, making friends and doing that. And so to get back into Neo-Taurus, we just need to be stronger. But if we can avoid it by going to these other places, then that's okay. I'm also okay with killing the generals if we wanted to stay in this time, and then just killing Raziel in this time if you all wanted to stay here. But I don't know.
I don't know. I think
It's a good conversation, though. Do people want to go back or not?
It would depend on what you guys have in the past that you would want to go back to, if anything.
I mean, I feel like Kathrak has the biggest
Guys,
reason
I
to
know.
go back.
Yeah,
guys, I know one guaranteed. I know one guaranteed time travel method that bona fide works.
The Raziel portal.
Bingo.
That's originally what I thought we would do, is go
That
to
was
Neo-Taurus and find it.
I don't know.
Let's
I feel
go.
like
But if he had it, he would have done it, right? If he had it, this would all be over. So he doesn't have it. As I think you guys learned this when you first got here from from Gimli. Gimli told you, like, he doesn't know how to travel through time. He had a scientist who died in that explosion that made it for him. But he doesn't know how to make it himself. So he's been looking for scientists and other people to try and work on that. But he doesn't know how to actually travel through time by himself.
I
Should
think we
harvest
should
clouds.
go. Maybe we should go
Shut
to.
up. Whippo.
Should harvest clouds.
Shut up.
Fuck you.
Kathrak, would you want to go back in time? Because you have the most, honestly, to go back in time for. Nara was exiled from her people. I was running from the Midnight Hollows, who are mostly gone now. Isabel, I feel like time doesn't really matter.
Yeah, at this point.
And I don't really know much about you, Pox, what you were going to Neo-Taurus for. I'm going to be real.
I mean, it would be cool to kick it on a beach in the Isle of View with my homies. Do some fun role play. I mean, fun conversations.
I definitely feel like there's some things that I need to go back for.
What about you, Pox?
Too much that felt like it went wrong when I disappeared.
Yeah, we got to go back.
I think that I would be okay with going to I like the idea of going to the Island of View. If Isabella wants to stay there, because that's her home, I wouldn't blame you for staying there. I think if we go back in time to the exact moment that we left, we can kill Raziel. We got him. He was pretty hurting before he threw us
he
into
really
time.
was.
I think the four of us can do it.
If we went back at the perfect time, do you think we could kill him and then the portal would still be open? And then you guys, those of us that want to go into the future could go.
Wouldn't work.
Why not?
We kill Raziel. Raziel never goes and makes Neo-Taurus. The whole.
Well, you'd still be able to go into the future. It would just be
because the portal's
slightly
still there.
different future.
Would it be a completely different future? There'd be no Raziel. Raziel's the reason for the tech, right?
Unless we did the same future. We know what Raziel did. We know the history books of every single move that he made.
How accurate are they? I mean, you want to recreate what Raziel made?
We could make it better.
I mean, I feel like there was a lot of human
Could we?
experimentation that kind of went into this.
No.
I'm not a city builder. I don't work in office. I'm not a government person.
We can hire people to do that, though.
The idea
It'll
is
still
that at
happen.
least the future is going to
just
be
spend
better without Raziel.
Yeah.
I know, but why? You know what I mean? Why
Well,
the
yeah,
W knows better than the
realistically,
W
why would you
don't?
want to go? If the only reason was to stop Raziel, you can craft the future that you want.
I mean, yeah. I mean, I guess that's true. For me, I know that there are a lot of Midnight Hollows in the past, and they're very strong at that moment. Granted, I'd probably be equal to the strongest members by that time, hopefully, but who are going to be trying to kill me for the next 53 years of my life. It doesn't sound particularly pleasant. So we would have to go back, and we would have to wipe out a lot of those people.
There's also a chance that we go back in time, we actually erase the versions of ourselves that went through the whole adventure to go back in time.
Dun, dun.
Well, let's not get into that. We don't know how that works.
That sounds depressing.
50-50.
I would be okay with that risk. If you guys are there to help me, then that's fine. But I'm telling you, if I stay back there, we are going to have to wipe out all of the Midnight Hollows. There's a good chance that instead of all the death happening in Neo-Taurus, instead it just happens in Dredgemore, because functionally, me and Kathrak have to go back, and we would have to kill out all of the Midnight Hollows, as well as your dad and brother would have to kind of be okay with being better people.
Ugh.
And let's be real, it would be a gang war between every single gang in Dredgemore. We'd have to... because they'd all get in on it.
If you're still you.
Under the assumption I'm still me.
Yeah, you could be something totally different.
You just might not remember a single thing we went through.
I mean, we traveled in time before and we didn't lose our memory.
That's true.
Yeah, but this time when we go back in time to kill Raziel, we stop the whole existence of the world in which we did all of this.
That is a lot of
reality.
metaphysical reality.
No, it's not metaphysics. It's just physics.
Okay, well, it hurts my brain.
My biggest thing is thinking that the world would probably just be better off without a Raziel-induced future.
I don't disagree with that.
I agree.
And if we have to take risks and change...
I'm saying I will stay back in time if you guys are there to help me.
I would be.
I don't know though, because we have the Raziel thing now. People know how horrible it is. If we just erase all that, then I feel like other things will rise up and be just as bad, if not worse.
Unless we're the things that rise up.
Okay, but I feel like people should go through bad things. They've been through bad things. They would, if we eliminate the
Ultimate
threat
power.
now.
I mean, there's still going to be bad things that happen. It's just going to be different bad things. But we'll be there to stop them. Or we'll be there to guide them.
Well, we
How long until we have to go back in time to defeat you, Zimp?
I don't know.
Ultimate power corrupts ultimate.
Power.
We saw how hungry you were to get your eyes on all those devilish creatures on that boat.
Yeah.
Now you're talking about eliminating
sacrifice to save Squeal.
You're talking about eliminating, two whole gangs and shaking up the whole city as soon as we get back and guiding the people.
Think of Squelch and Squeal. What if he never had to go to prison and his son never had to grow up and into the life?
Squeal won't exist.
Not yet.
Times wibbly
how many
wobbly.
people won't exist? We can't think about that.
Squelch,
we have to save who we have.
Let's say we go to prison and we meet Squelch, and Squelch says Squelch met their current partner in prison. We save Squelch. Squelch never goes to prison. Squelch never has Squeal.
Also, if you're thinking of it that way, what makes the people that have died more important than the people that we would lose now if we go back?
I mean, it's like 1 for 1.
Playing hypotheticals here. I think we need to focus on what's right in front of us.
But we have to think about that because it's a big thing.
We go back in time.
I know what I need to do.
You effectively like blink out the lives of like everyone here too, right?
No.
Do you accept that this is the reality, or do we have to go back and change it for the better? And who are we to say what's better for this entire world? I mean, yeah, we know it's better. We've seen the evil at Raziel. So I'm not saying we don't go back in time.
That's too much responsibility.
I'm just saying.
I think we each need to do what makes the most sense for each of us.
Yeah, I think.
If we're gonna go back we're going back in time to kill Raziel, we have to understand that there are risks. There's a weight to it. We shouldn't rush our time here, but we also shouldn't faff about.
Yeah.
Well, we'll have to call for a vote then.
For what? What do you want to do next?
Yeah, that is always an option, is instead of ever trying to go back in time, you follow none of those leads, and instead you work on trying to kill Raziel now in his current form by building your own army.
I mean, how powerful is he? We hadn't even seen him,
Yeah. Fuck Raziel.
You actually have seen him?
Yeah, I've seen him, yeah. We did fight him.
I mean, we've gone a long time without dealing with anything related
he's
to him.
Basically, he's the same that you remember, except for he's much more buff and big, and he's like a cyborg now.
Cool. I don't know. I feel like we should go to the Isle of View and then go back to the past after that. Would be, because it's something cool that we haven't seen before, and there's like a whole I don't know. Dreams are pretty cool. Maybe if someone could just dream that we already killed him and it's done. Deafening silence. Okay. I don't know.
So what's the plan?
Welcome back. We are going to have to come to a consensus based on what we think we know and what we think we should do. And yeah.
I mean, I guess the first thing is, do we go back in time or do we kill Raziel in this time?
I say we'd go back. It feels like it would be easier to go back rather than try to fight like a super steroid version of Raziel.
I heard a story once of a certain gentleman who was good with a sword who took a very, 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 very long time trying to find their way back. I know it can be tough, even though it seems so easy when Raziel sent us forward. I want to go back, but do we spend the time trying to find our way back, or do we kill him now, figure it out later?
I think that's literally what I just asked. Do we go back in time or not to kill him? Do you want to go back in time or do you want to kill him this time?
We're talking about the weight of the decision. Like, we're trying to figure out the pros and cons of each.
I mean, I feel like going back in time, there's no way to actually conceptualize the pros or cons. Other than we know for the last 53 years of his tyranny, where he has completely destroyed one city after he rebuilt it and destroyed it again. So he destroyed Neotaurus, rebuilt it, destroyed it again to build Neltor. So at least he's killed 2 populations of city people.
Okay, true. But we will be destroying the town now to go back.
Unless it never existed. I mean,
But that's essentially
You're-
destroying the
We're
existence of
killing
it.
the people that
But
we know that we have met here because they won't exist.
or there's double timelines and this one stays the same and it doesn't. I don't know. No one really knows.
The point of what I was saying earlier when you said it's exactly what you said is that I have a call it a hunch that maybe it might take a longer time to find a way back instead of just killing him first. We take too long trying to find a way to go back. Raziel figures out how to get us.
I mean, that's why we have options that are not necessarily like. I don't think we can go.
We haven't,
right
but
now.
we haven't talked about our options to killing him though. We've only talked about our options for time travel. That's what I'm trying to say.
Okay,
here.
our options right now for killing him right now are the way that I understand it is we'd have to weaken him because we can't just go into the middle of Neo Taurus and kill him. So we'd need to gather lots of allies who are willing to do it, which right now there are few and far between. Even the groups that were there are not very many, because he's pretty much squashed them. So we'd maybe try with the elves, we could try with the gens, we could try with the Blackbeards, we could try with the Taurus. We need to find some level of allies to help us get in, as well as to help us storm his castle per se, which is completely guarded, and we have no plans or ideas how it is, so we'd have to find plans of those ideas. We'd probably want to weaken his image a little bit so it's easier. Probably want to weaken his armies a little bit, which would also probably be there, which is where killing the 3 generals might be beneficial. I mean, we could do it that way. It's just gonna. I think that will take us much longer than trying to time travel, to be honest.
So to argue the point of like, we'd be quote killing the people in this timeline. Imagine all the people that would still be alive if we take out Raziel before he does what he does. And I would imagine all of those people that are still alive in this timeline would be living probably happier and healthier lives without Raziel there to be the menace that he is. So I think we're picking the greater good if we decide to go back, take out the main threat of this world, and allow people to live in a timeline Raziel free.
I feel like we're all agreeing to go back. So we're just kind of arguing the same point.
At the end of the day, we all go back.
I don't think that we could defeat him now. I mean, we've had trouble with these, random little people around. So I don't know.
It's
always been our goal, and I'd like to stick to it, at least for my sake, if you guys would join me.
Let's do it.
So, out of the 3 options, if we are going back in time, which one sounds the most pleasant to y'all?
Well, if Isabella's not ready to go back to her hometown, I don't know. I feel like we should try the gin.
I think she said she's been trying to get back there.
She
right?
said she's not ready to get back. She said she doesn't know. Or didn't you say that you weren't ready yet? You not sure if you're ready yet?
No, I think the Isle of You sounds fun.
Okay.
There's a lot of backstory there. It could be really cool. It's kind of more like, also Kalashars are just like in general not a race that a whole lot of people talk about, which I find really fascinating.
I'd be down to do that, or it was the turtle people, right?
Well, I mean, we need to
Pirates.
talk. I think we'd have to talk to the turtles to get a ship. I think we could pay the turtles in all of our old stuff in order to help us try to find the Island of You, which also might be something they're interested in looking for.
So it's go to the Isle of You, find a djinn, or talk to a hag. And I am totally against hags. I do not
like hags.
I rebuke hags.
Yeah, not about it.
Wow.
Unless
Very
it's something
strong
like this.
feelings about hags.
Have you met one?
No.
They're not great.
I don't feel like they'd
witches,
be the
but-
most pleasant.
Okay, just imagine witches, but like slightly more pretentious and less magic. Just less fun.
Okay.
All right.
Pox, do you want to go to You? Is that your...
Also, I'm pretty sure djinns are really hard to find, right? Like they're very it's very hard to find.
Go wherever the majority goes. I don't particularly. I don't think we should chase hags in the woods. I think that's kind of a dumb idea.
Okay. So, Island, are you?
It's not your idea.
That one did not land.
I didn't
It's
hear
okay,
what
bud.
happened.
It's okay, bud. Not all of them do. It's a little
Okay.
funny.
Island, are you?
Yeah.
But your first plan was to pick up your person you just paid 1750 credits for, right?
Right.
Yeah. We need to
So we're
go
gonna
find
go talk
Squelch.
to.
Fuckers.
We're gonna go figure out the Squeal situation, then go talk to some turdies, and then
We don't need to keep mentioning the price, Commander. Okay, we can just say.
I thought it was 750. I didn't know it was 1750.
All right. So midnight comes around. You guys head over to the docks.
Yep.
There, the ship has departed for Elgrimor. It's long gone. And you see Rothgar, who is in front of a shack that's got a sign on it. It says Rothgar's Dock Muscle. And he is standing in front of the door, kind of leaning on the door with his arms crossed, waiting for you to approach. And as he sees you, he waves you down and he says,
Hey there. So you made it. I got
Everything
the kid.
that was planned.
Yeah, I got the kid in the shack. He ain't happy about it though.
Oh, well. Can I ask why?
Kept squealing about his mom and dad.
Oh, well.
Where are his mom and dad? Did we think to ask this? Where are they?
They're on the island as prisoners.
Wait, what? He's alive?
I didn't know that, but
this is news to us.
yes.
Whoa.
You answered the question though. What do you mean it's news to you?
I made a. Okay, if his parents are still alive and he's from the prison island.
He could be off the prison island.
Oh my God! Did you
He
not?
could be dead.
No.
Do you know where they are?
Oh
All we have to
God.
do is go talk to him now.
Yes,
You want to
please.
talk to him?
Yes, please.
All right, you paid for him. This is no longer my problem.
That sounds good. Thank you, Rothgar.
You're welcome.
Hi, homie.
he opens the shack. And as he does, you see Squeal sitting there with his arms crossed behind one of the like leaning kayaks that are inside this big shack. He's like behind one of the kayaks. He's not tied up or anything, but he seems like somewhat defeated as the door opens. And he says, It's you guys.
Yep.
You're the ones
Hang on.
who know my dad.
Yep. Hey,
What are you
Squeal?
doing?
Squeal, I need you to take a deep breath. Deep breath in.
I can't catch my breath. I'm nervous.
I know. Sit down. Yeah. It's okay. We're not going to hurt you. I want to show you something.
And I want to pull out Squeal's old mask.
Squelch's mask?
Yeah, Squelch's mask.
Okay. As you pull it out, Squeal's eyes get real big, and his ears kind of droop down, and he reaches his hands out for him. His hands are all blistered and calloused as he reaches his hands out for it.
Yeah, I'll hand it to him.
Okay, he kind of looks at it up and down and then compares it to his own mask, and he says, "This looks exactly like my father's mask."
Mm-hmm. It is your father's mask.
How?
You're not going to really believe this because we look pretty young, but we knew your father 53 years ago. In a little town, it's not really a town, it was a city called Neo-Taurus.
It was called Nell Taurus at the time.
Or Nel-Taurus.
Mm-hmm.
We knew him there. We freed him temporarily from a slavery by Raziel. In that time, he joined us as we went and fought Raziel, and Raziel threw us forward in time and beat on Squelch, and based on the fact that the way that he treated him before, I imagine tortured him for many, many years and had him in his servitude because he mind captured him for some years.
My dad's since I've been alive, my dad's been on Elgrimor.
Mm-hmm. I imagine that Raziel probably eventually got bored with him or tired of him or didn't need him and probably put him on that island.
He tells stories sometimes about that day I never knew it was real. I thought he was just making up stories.
Yes.
He tells stories about you all. You're He snaps his fingers. Zim! You're Zim!
Yes.
Right?
Yes, I am
he
Zim,
always talks
yes.
about you, and he said your tattoos made you look scary, but you were actually kind of nice if you got to know him. And you right there with the cat. He points to Nara. You Nara, and that's Solace. I used to draw pictures of you. Hold on. He kind of like gets this little like kind of parchment paper out of one of his pockets. It's crumpled up, and he opens it up. It looks like a crayon drawing of Solace. And he says, my dad used to tell stories about you and how you used to ride on the back of your lion. And he used to tell me those stories. And then he used to talk about you too. You, the one. He kind of looks over at Kathrag. He goes, you're like a big lion. He said you were so brave and strong. And
True.
he would talk about how amazing you were and how much you tried to protect him. And you're Pox, aren't you? He always talked about how scary you were, and you would always make light out of everything, and always make the day nicer. And then you, Isabella, he always said you were so kind and gentle. But he always kind of scared him because you would sometimes talk to yourself. he would talk about you guys all the time.
Yes, that's us. I'm sorry that you didn't get to see your dad. I want you to understand my thinking before you get mad at me. The way that I understand it, that prison island, there's almost no way for you to get off, right?
No, there's no way for him to get off.
Mm-hmm. And there was no way for you to get off either, was there?
Not until now.
Yes. The reason I did that is right now you have a chance to make something of your life, right? And I'm going to do everything I can to help set you up, okay? And you might even be able to do the same thing that I did for you for your dad and mom. Right?
Okay.
Okay.
I owed
your dad a favor, okay? And I can't pay back your dad, right? I can't set him free for the years of enslavement that I failed him, okay, when Raziel got a hold. But what I can do is I can set you free. And I really believe deep down in my heart that Squelch at some level would forgive me as long as I could give you somewhat of a better life. Right?
Okay. What
So-
are you trying to say?
I'm saying that right now I bought your freedom. Okay. Now you can do whatever you want with it. And I'm not gonna just leave you out to the wolves. I have some ideas and places you can go if you want to. And I'm gonna give you some money. Okay.
But I love my dad and my mom. They're back on the island.
I know. Listen, now you have a chance to make something of your life and maybe free them from the island.
How can I do that?
I mean, the same. Didn't your dad tell you stories about us?
Yeah.
I started out as a poor orphan in Dredgemore, Squeal. I had nothing. I was taken from my home. You could do the same thing.
Can I like pull Zim aside for a second?
Mhm.
And be like,
Squeal's like
Hey.
hugging the mask right now.
like, hey, do you really think it's a good idea just to kind of
Leave him on his own.
let him go?
No. I was hoping to leave him with Gimli, to be honest, or Jenkins.
Right. Well,
We could leave him with your family too, but your brother scares me. I'm not gonna lie.
you're right. I wouldn't recommend that.
Unless you like could get your brother to swear up and down on like that he would take care of him,
Not
and
sure
you
about
trust
that
your
one.
brother. But
Well, I was thinking more of once we figure out our plan before we go do anything too dangerous,
Mhm.
We could kind of do some research and see how difficult it would be to go get Squelch too.
I mean, we could try to. I'm down for that.
It would be a lot, but I'd at least not like to leave Squeal right away.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Cool. That's all.
What do you guys
Okay.
think? This is basically
Okay.
going to be the last bit of role play we do before we set your characters on a path. I would imagine no matter where you're going, after you talk with the turtles, you are planning on going on a trip, whether it's to the Isle of View or Cruzad or Elgrimor or wherever you're headed. It's going to take your characters a while to get there, so that's when we're going to kind of time skip and move through things. So it is up to you guys what you want to do. You kind of got to decide. It's a big decision here because during that time, your characters are going to experience things depending on whatever place you pick. And I'm going to come up with that over the break, like over our winter break. I'll kind of come up with what happens to you guys over that course of time and what you learn. And if Squeal is with you, then that changes things. If he's not with you, then that changes things. You know what I mean? So it just depends on where you're headed and who you have with you.
What if we took Squeal with us on the boat to the island of View? If the power you do to make wishes is possible, couldn't he wish for his parents to get off?
Who are you asking?
Isabella.
Theoretically, yes,
In
would be the answer. Yeah.
yes, but I
As
also
long as-
wasn't. I mean, in
mean-
theory, yes, but I guess I wouldn't really know until we get there. I've never asked to do anything like that before.
I mean, the way that I see it, if we take Squeal with us and this is what he really wants, then he might be able to have that. And I feel like him and Squelch in the island of View sounds pretty nice.
It does.
Like, I feel like that'd be a good place for them.
Yeah.
What do you think about that, Kithrak?
If it's as nice as it sounds, then
Can be.
got to be better than a prison, right?
Yeah.
Nara?
I'm whatever. I mean, yeah, sure.
Okay. Pox? Oh, can Pox hear us?
Yes,
Okay, I didn't know how much of that you heard.
all of it.
Okay, what do you think?
Standing right here, Zim. What?
What do you think?
what the fuck are you talking about?
Sometimes you zone out and it's hard to tell if you're listening to me or not.
Excuse me. Sometimes I zone out. What are you watching me, man? You're fucking. Come on, man. Yeah, I heard all of it. I heard you try to tell the kid you're gonna give him a pocket full of fucking change and tell him to go hoof it in the city.
Okay, you didn't hear what I just said, did you?
Absolutely, I heard every word of it. You want to go to the Isle of View? I'm like, why? How would I not have heard? When do I have better earphones than you? Come on.
Okay,
I hear it all. And that's Wembo talking to Blake.
Okay,
Come on.
what do you think about taking Squeal there?
Isle of View?
Yeah.
I don't know what happens if we bring parents there and they never want to leave.
I mean, that's
one
okay.
prison for another.
Isabella said it's a wonderful place.
Yeah, unless you are weak of heart and then you're stuck on a loop, eternal loop.
Well,
it's another
yeah, but-
prison.
I mean, okay, here's the thing though.
Exactly, Nara. Genius. So smart.
Okay, here's the thing though.
Beautiful, stunning goddess.
I mean, I guess in one way or another, we kind of put ourselves into prisons of routine. So what's the difference in between them staying at this island, being super happy, between that and like them finding some job that they really love and kind of
Getting
staying in
8
that
hours of sleep a
routine?
night is not a prison of routine.
I mean, yeah, but you know, if they love something, why wouldn't they want to be there forever?
Oh, okay. Well, see, I didn't realize that because the way you made it seem the first is they were like zombies stuck.
No,
like-
no. Like, imagine a euphoric land that you never want
Yeah.
to leave.
For people
like
who
that.
are worthy, I thought it was the opposite for people who weren't.
You happy on the
So Isabella, you know that they're very picky about who they let stay there forever.
But also they're super, super picky about who they let stay there forever.
Even if they
because-
wouldn't want to stay there forever, if he could wish his parents there, they could go back and be free.
And here's the thing though, it's
They don't have to stay there.
how do I say it's like a drug, right? You get
Yeah.
one taste of it and you never forget it. You'll spend the rest of your life trying to get back there and failing. It's eternal withdrawal if you don't get in.
So that would be
include us?
that would be the major drawback is if Squelch and his family got that taste of the Isle of View and they wanted to be there and then were kicked out, they would become, as you said, prisoners to their own like withdrawal symptoms of wanting to go back.
What are the criteria for staying on the island?
Isabella's not sure because she got
Jeez,
kicked
bro.
off.
Does that include us
I
when
got
we go?
fucking kicked off, genius. Like, what the fuck am I
Yeah,
supposed to say there?
Isabella's not
that
sure
is-
because she got
that
kicked
does
off.
include us, Kathrak. I think that's why it's a risk to go.
Oh my god.
Whoa.
Why do you think I want my dad's approval so bad? I think I have nothing left.
Okay, well,
I think, no matter what we do, I don't want to do without my dad and my mom.
You're so
Well.
cute.
So, maybe, I mean, you guys look strong. Maybe you can bust them out.
I mean, maybe. Are you okay with the risk? You do know there's a big risk in that, right, Squeal? The risk
I'm
is
strong. I can do this.
that Squeal,
And
Squeal,
he,
not you.
He places his hand on the abyssal chicken, and the abyssal chicken, like, kind of like shivers, and then you see the spark of lightning, and like the abyssal chicken, like, kind of like runs around in a circle, and it hisses at him, but doesn't bite him or anything. Looks like he just like shocked him. He seems like he picked up some of the magic from his dad.
Oh.
Okay, not you. What if we were trying to get your dad out and the gods kill him?
I think he'd rather be dead than where he's at now.
Would you be able to live with yourself with that, though?
I think I'd rather him be dead than where he's at now.
Okay.
Shit.
Okay.
This little motherfucker.
Okay.
He's
I'm okay
decisive.
with trying to break him off the island first, if we want to do that. And then
Hold on,
hit it.
that's a whole lot easier than breaking him off the island. If you mean that, we could just get him. We could pay a couple guards to figure that
that's
out.
fine.
We-
No, please, I don't want you to kill him, please.
Well, you just said you'd rather him be dead than on the island.
that's not what I meant. No, I just meant like,
Oh,
I'd rather
Zim,
him-
you were gonna throw him to the hungry circles or whatever, the
No,
Deathly
I
Hollows
wouldn't.
or whoever.
He starts
Midnight
crying.
Hollows. No. Look at what you did to this
No,
little
stop
child.
crying. Were you just saying you were tough?
Look,
I
you
am
broke it.
tough.
It's got anxiety.
Well, stop whining then. Stressing me out.
Fox, you should never have children.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry for crying.
You got
Hey,
that
No,
right.
don't apologize
Crying
for
is
having
okay.
Pox.
Hmm.
Last word, like the kid has an OnlyFans like 10 years later.
Stop.
this is the beginning of his villain arc.
Too real. Too real.
Too
We're
real.
delving too much into reality.
Yeah, that's where we delve too much into reality.
I'll do whatever you guys think you want to do, but I'm too scared to go it alone.
We're not okay. So I guess do we want to break him off the island or do we want to go to the island of you?
Look.
I'm not going to Heroin Island, yo. So let's fucking
hey,
prison
hey,
break
hey.
episode.
Wait,
Hey,
wait,
hey,
wait,
I don't want to
wait,
hear it
wait,
from
we're
you
going to
there.
Heroin
Check
Island.
out their Heroin Island dropout.
She just has like the withdrawal. She has like visibly shaking. She's like,
Yeah, scratch your neck over there.
I don't like heroin. I tried that once.
I will hit you if you say that again.
no child abuse jokes. in our
Child
fucking
abuse.
No
game.
heroin. No heroin.
We've really.
Oh,
touched
that's
on
the
all
abuse.
that.
Oh, sorry.
A 9-year-old goblin
All
is
right,
like
all right,
a 21-year-old
PC, all
goblin.
right.
Okay.
This is-
I don't think that's
Don't hit the
true.
kid,
I
but
don't
let him
think
do
that's-
black
It
tar
is.
heroin.
You know
what
what,
I mean?
guys?
Let him fucking.
I'm just gonna say it. If the age is on
Heaven
the
forbid
clock,
I rough him up a little bit. Did me
age is on
good.
the clock. You know, it's time for the.
That's enough.
Anyways.
So are we not going to the island of you anymore?
We're going to the fucking Isle of You.
I think it's a vote, Isabella.
I
All in favor of nap time. He raises his hand. I'm
Oh,
sorry, wrong timing. Sorry.
You can take a little nap. I want to give him. Can I give him a hug?
Never mind. You guys do that. You make up the things. What are the options? I'll vote.
Uh,
I feel like a prison break is going to be way too hard.
You think everything's gonna be way too hard?
That's what
Yeah.
you got to do to get things done, dog.
Well, you want to go to Love Wish Heroin Island, and I'm talking about prison breaks. So you're looking more like a pussy cat than a kitty cat to me.
Damn.
I am pure of heart. My
Burn.
intentions are
Bitch
good.
pills
You
today.
gonna roar at me or meow? Huh?
I'm
I'm
gonna
gonna give you little head scratches.
listen,
I'm gonna use
serious
these
note,
fangs.
we
He's a
need
good
to we need to
boy.
decide which are we going to Jin or Island of View?
I thought it was Prison Break or Isle of You. Now it's Jin.
Well, okay. Ultimately, for Raziel, we need to pick an island, right? Or we need to pick a choice.
Right.
What is that choice first?
Where's the
And then-
jail?
So wait,
Is it close to anything we're going to?
Okay, well,
If you look at the jail island is over. It's closer to Urkruzad than it is the Isle of View. If you want to go to the Jinn, you could go to the Jinn place.
I
and
thought
then
we
take a
didn't know where
boat.
the Island of You is.
You do know where it shows up. It shows up kind of near the south, the southern border of the continent.
Okay, so
if
where
we go
is
to the Isle of, can we use the Isle of You wish to go back in time?
Yes.
Yeah, all three of those options, the Jinn, the Hag, and the Isle of View are all options on traveling back in time. Now, none of them.
So if we go back
none
in
of them were
time-
guaranteed at all. You had to do the right things.
Okay, so if we go back in time, we don't really have to do a prison break. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. In theory,
Because that's
I
just
mean-
defeating the purpose. That's wasting our time.
So the way that I look at it is there's two possibilities of going back in time. One, this reality is completely wiped off the face of the earth. Or two, this reality stays and that reality stays.
Either way, we would have small Squelch.
We
The-
still have to go.
So you're saying take him back in time with us?
No. I'm
Squeal?
saying we would
Oh.
already have Squelch. We would have Squelch. He wouldn't be in the prison. He
If
would be
Squeal
where
meets,
we were.
I see what you're
Yeah.
saying.
Yeah.
yeah,
Th-
Squelch
there's
didn't
no
get sent back in
point-
time.
Yeah.
Why would we
Or
waste
in-
our time getting Squelch out of the jail when if we go back in time, he will not be in jail? Because
You know what? That's true. That's a good point. So are we going to the Island of You or are we going to the Jinn?
I have one question
Yes.
and one question only.
Okay.
Are there bullywogs in the Elvish forest where the hags be?
Near there, yes.
I thought the hags weren't even an option.
Guys, what-
Okay, but now if there's
you said, like-
bullywogs, though, it changes things. All right, I'm just
we're
imagining.
Not going for the
We're not gonna
bullywog.
I'm just
do that.
imagining bullywogs, hags of forest setting. You know, a nice
You know,
pine smell.
You just
could be
spent like
nice.
5 minutes shitting on hags. Like you legitimately spent like
I made a comment in
like,
passing
huge
about the
time.
hags, but now I'm
I believe
thinking,
you said
just
something
thinking of all the
along
forest
lines
creatures.
with, if that's your idea,
That's a
it's the
stupid-
stupidest idea ever. Yeah.
That's not what I said. You made a face when I said it was a stupid idea, and I was like, "Sorry if that's your idea." And then you were like, "It didn't land." I was
No.
like, "It wasn't a bit." You looked upset when I said it.
No, I don't care what idea we choose. I just want to know the
My-
idea.
Vote goes for the Isle
Hags,
of
it
You.
is.
Isle of You, vote
Isle
for
of You.
Kathrak.
Sounds like we're going to the hags.
Oh.
Hags get
Nara.
9 lives, but half votes.
Nara, what's your vote?
I mean, honestly, I want to agree with Pox. I really do. You know how much I love you, but honestly, if we have to go back to that forest, I will literally just, I don't know, you know.
There's two options that aren't the forest, Nara.
I know that's why I'm saying I don't care as long as it's not a hag.
That's 3 for forest.
no. No.
Out of the two options, which one would you prefer?
You know,
Genie or dreams, basically, are your options.
God, I don't know.
Genie or
I
dreamy?
really like the name Jin, but I will go for the you. I
Okay,
guess.
we're going to the Island of You. We will take Squeal with us.
Yay.
Okay. We'll hopefully get passage with the turtles. And on the Island of You, Squeal, you might be able to wish your family to you, or we'll be able to go back in time and hopefully free your dad so he was never in prison to begin with and you'll have a happy life together.
I'm confused. I have to poop. Hold on.
Have fun.
He goes to the back of the shack that he's in, and the Dragonborn who's been helping you is like,
No, not pooping in the back of my shack. No, get out.
Tell him where the bathroom is.
Go shit in the water.
okay.
Oh, that's not healthy at all.
Squeal goes and walks over to the edge of the dock and poops while you guys are talking.
Okay, let's go. Let's go meet the turtles.
All right. This is the last thing we're going to do then. As the ship of the molten shells shows up the next day, you have taken the time to kind of fill Squeal in on everything. Squeal is somewhat knowledgeable about your plan, but he's still kind of got the brain of a naive goblin. So he's super, he's going to be a burden to you, but he could be helpful in other ways.
Don't call a kid that.
I'm just saying.
No.
You got an NPC you got to take care of if you really want to.
You say he's got a mind of a goblin?
He's a goblin.
Mind a goblin on these nuts?
Wow.
That was a good one.
That was good.
Didn't even see that one coming. That's
No, I didn't see that coming at all. All right. So as the ship shows up, it's actually like a giant turtle shell that's like floating. And as it shows up, the pirates get off. They are old and wrinkly looking tortoise folk, also called turtles. And some of them have canes. Some of them just kind of waddle forward with their short little stubby legs. But all of their shells are like molten obsidian black and have these like red veins of molten rock running through them. And as they get off the ship, some people kind of surround them and immediately start trying to pawn off their goods on them. And they just start throwing credits out at people for different things. And one of the tortoises, who's got kind of like this white spiky mohawk that goes back, he's been taking the items and putting them on their ship. And the one who's kind of leading the whole thing, he's got glasses down to the tip of his nose, and his shell is covered in like scars and battle wounds, but he's wearing like a classic pirate hat, like a classic Johnny Depp pirate hat.
Excuse me, sir.
How can I help you?
I would like to barter with you, ideally in private, for both passage and hopefully goods, and I have something that will be well worth your time to take us into consideration.
And I will briefly pull out some of the old Neltaurus pictures that we cut from the palace, and I will briefly show him a corner.
Oh, look at that! These ones have something special, don't they?
He waves you onward towards the ship. As you enter onto the ship, he brings you to a lower deck area where the 5/6 of you can talk with him about what you want.
My name is Eustace.
It's a pleasure to meet you, Eustace. My name is Zim.
Nice to meet you, Zim, and the rest of your companions here. Are they also called Zim? Are they going to introduce themselves?
Kathrak.
Isabella.
My name is Nara.
Nara. What about the big one next to you?
More fake names.
Solus, I see. And then lastly, you there in the back. Not
I'm
saying
Pox.
anything. Pox, yes.
I'm Pox.
Pox. Well, what is it? I see these pictures. They are, seems like they're from, little less than 100 years ago. These are pretty old-looking paintings. Look like they're from maybe Neltaurus, maybe
Yes.
Sutore. No, Neltaurus, okay.
Yep.
And he starts kind of flipping through them.
What do you want for them?
Well, a couple things. First of all, we were hoping to acquire some magical goods, and then we were hoping to acquire passage to the island of Yew.
Could you repeat that again? Sorry, I'm a tad deaf in this ear.
Kind of points
Yes,
to his...
that's... No, we were hoping to acquire magical goods, like weapons and stuff like that, as well as passage to the magic of Yew for 6 people.
Okay.
And a lion and a dog, hellhound, and abyssal chicken.
Yes, I can see all your little creatures that you have followed you. Yes, I can see it all. Let me look through here. These paintings are probably worth, I'd say, I'd give you 600 credits for the paintings. But other than that, I'm not sure I can help you with
Oh,
it.
no worries. And I'm gonna
Start pulling out more things. I'm gonna pull out 7 royal daggers that are also from there.
Holy fuck. Okay, all right.
He's instantly just like, oh!
Hang on. I have a bunch of stuff.
He starts kind of flipping through.
Okay, 1 dagger, that's 1 trip to the Isle of View, 2 trips to the Isle of View.
He starts like going through the shit.
Hell yeah.
I have 6 gauntlets of elven armor that are also from the
When did we get that?
He got him
At the
off
very
the
beginning,
little
didn't we?
statuettes of armor that were in the castle.
Yeah, we
Okay.
our very like 3rd session we looted all this stuff, and I've been like lugging it around in the fucking bags of holding because I couldn't sell them anywhere. Yeah. The 7 royal daggers.
Imagine looking like
There.
Squelch dead in the eye and be like, "You're worth 1 dagger." Enjoy.
He starts flipping through all of them, all of the things that
Oh,
you
the
hand
princess's diary. I have that.
him.
What if
Ooh,
we-
shit.
what if
Roll me
we-
roll
what
me
if
a
we need these
persuasion
later?
check with advantage, please.
Oh god, do I have to roll it?
Anyone can roll it. Whoever wants to roll it.
Fox.
Persuasion check
What?
with advantage.
I'm gonna.
Yes.
Holy fuck.
Do what Zim wanted.
Okay, you get one more roll in case you crit. Okay. All right. So 27. He's flipping through all the stuff. He goes,
Okay, yes, all right, fine. You want magical items and you want a trip to the Isle of View. I can help with this, yes. Listen. We'll get you all as close as we can to the Isle of View. I can't guarantee you'll enter into the Isle of View. That's up to you. It only shows up to people that it wants to show up to, so I can't guarantee you'll get in. But what I can guarantee is some discounts on some cool magic items for you with all this. I'll sell you some of our magical goods for 75% off. I'll give you each a magical good for 75% off. If you give me all this for our collection.
Oh, do we get to see what goods you have?
Sure, I can show them to you.
Can I also sell some other things for some credits then?
We're not a pawn shop.
Do you take gems?
Yes.
Okay.
Selling
Yes.
our loot. What if we need it later? You never get rid of loot.
Well, I mean, if not later, then what about later's later? There always has to be a now at
You
some
just
point.
keep it until your inventory gets full.
My inventory is full.
You sell the stuff that you've been holding on to for fucking
Mm-mm,
ever
not me.
that buy new things.
To hold on
Um,
to forever.
Yeah. So yeah, I also need to get the magical goods that we have identified. I can do that just to see if we want to sell them those too. So
Okay.
I mean, a lot of the stuff we could probably do in the Discord.
That's what I'm saying is what we're going to do here is this is a good time for the time skip. This is a good time to move forward to the next quest, have you guys travel to the Isle of View,